Episode deeply today. I'm so excited to be interviewing Mashele. Interviewer, I mean, and today is the day. Joe, I'm super excited. Very soon, excited to go interview Dylan. Lina Mapule Twala, and this is another exciting episode. Yeah, relax and on deeply. I don't know if it's serious, man. We're relaxing. I mean, like, what relax? Relax and on deeply. Dylan,
Tumelum.
Likai.
Good things yourself.
Oh, good things. Dylan, give to introduce us to our viewers.
So my name is Dylan Mashele. I am a partially sighted gentleman. I am a free spirit in general. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dylan, thank you so much for giving me your time. Interviewer, and because of I mean, like you free spirit or matasa or busy, but you are very busy. Dylan, moto o aka nyaka o tshwana le nna before go tseba. When you are partially sighted, so o belere o bona o go irerile along the way re kenyanyana ga nyana re khona tseba ka bona.
So I was born with a full vision.
Okay.
Only in 2015, that's when we realized symptoms of vision loss. So ever since then, my vision has been deteriorating. As much as there's technical advanced equipment that lately it's been used to boost one's vision, we're busy exploring in those, as much as they need so much money, but then we're busy looking at them.
Okay. Since we are with full vision, the challenge across yona how vision ya gago ganyana ganyane e thoma e bokaria ya fokotega ibile eng.
The biggest challenge that one, I would like to believe that one with a vision loss will come across on a daily basis, it's the fact that you get negative criticism. You get criticized and you get blamed out of something that is beyond your control. So for a person who are partially sighted, it's so difficult compared to a totally blind person. Because a totally blind person, you know that he's totally blind, he cannot see anything, compared to someone who's partially sighted. Because in partially sightedness, if I can say such thing, if there is a word like that, but then what I'm trying to say, if you're partially sighted, there's a certain degree that you can see, and there's a certain extent that you can see. So it's difficult for people to understand that you're saying you're partially sighted, but you are carrying a cane, which is used by totally blind people. You're saying you're partially sighted, but then you can use your phone just like an able person. So I think it's understanding of people, as much as you are partially sighted. Partially sighted is classified into categories. There are those who can only see the shadow. There are those who have light perception. There are those who can read, but not write. And there are those who can read and write. Yeah. Like myself, now I'm able to write, but sometimes it's a hiccup to read what I've wrote.
Is it because or challenge
as much as I can write them in big letters, but remember, if you have written an essay, you need to focus. Your eyes needs to focus. So I sometimes lose focus or concentration of my eyes. Yeah.
So since you are struggling to read, if maybe one has to send an email, go ya ka di-categories ka mokana ga tsona tša batho ba already are partially sighted. Maybe re lebella di-fonte, a way of writing that email. We must consider them when sending emails, e ka ba ile di-SMS or things like that.
I think in terms of emails, it's much easier because you can send me an email, then in the background, repeat. So it's difficult for me to read the colors or to read what is written inside the color or inside graphics sometimes.
Yes.
So what I do, I just copy the email, then paste it in an open document where it doesn't have any background. Then I'll be able to access it.
Okay, so according to how I'm understanding what you're saying is that when we send emails, or when batho ba romela di emails, they must not have dibe mixed, dipitizele. It won't say even just a plain text. If unyako senda maybe a picture, it must follow that email or ibe ka tlase tlase.
The thing is, you can never tell a client that don't send me an email inside a graphic or don't write an email inside a graphic. So hence I said it's much easier because I'm able to chrome that email, paste it now on the other side. Right. And then we can always increase the font size of the email or the text and everything. So it's much easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go community as only a full version. Partially cited. How was their treatment towards you?
It was so difficult to an extent that even my family didn't know what to do anymore. Because one, I was given a name, like I've got a name, Dylan, but then my community, my surname was the blind one, or Outspoken. That was the first way of identifying me. If a new person can come, Dylan, oh, Dylan, you understand? So it got so intense to an extent that I was hidden. If someone comes, what, then my mom would be like, go to your room, just to save herself and to save me. Then we were fortunate, we went to a boarding school. So it was much easier then because I had to mix with other kids who were having a similar disability. Then that's when it opened my eyes, I'm not alone and there's life beyond my impairedness.
Dylan, this one I have to ask you. How did it affect you, more especially if for because of I understand that the reason behind, but then you can understand did you feel like or
it was not a matter of it was a matter of protecting me and protecting my mother. Because one, an illiterate person speaks carelessly.
Oh, yes.
You understand? They are not sensitive. And sometimes you don't have to blame them because they are not sensitized about our condition. So they just speak carelessly. Or, oh, or oh, why because you understand? So there's a lot of things that people say. Others it's out of concern. Others they just want to explore. Others they just want to validate some of the things. So I went there, I saw him. The situation is still as it is.
That's what I say.
True that.
And then how since you saw you're not the only one. Or adjust firstly, maybe because of this brain, and then you're gonna leave the laptop or gonna process and the treatment that you got in English one.
You know, you'll never believe how I got to accept fully and to become comfortable in my condition in boarding school. One, boarding school they teach you independence.
Okay, yes.
Or you need to be independent. That is something that I never learned go high. Go high because our mates they stop everything. But they stop everything. So boarding school they teach you bruh, you need to wake up early in the morning, go and take a shower, put on your uniform, neat uniform, go to class, study, and then they teach you that routine or you need to be independent. So when I got there, I would fall and other kids would just laugh, burst in laughter, or iwile, or uthuthi. That's how it is. Or uthuthi. Then tomorrow I would know or in that route. There's an obstacle.
Yes.
And I don't have to bump into that obstacle because when I bump into that obstacle, but on her. And out of concern, out of love, out of caring, or we laugh, or we.
That's what I wanted to say because someone will be like Mapule.
You understand? So it was done out of love, or you need to stand up and pull up your socks and be independent.
I'm glad that actually boarding school taught you that. And again, I can like a but because of one of the maybe or no sense or official one, my boarding school officially. Telling you using public transport.
Yeah.
We are miracle like we are depleting what I want to know, how is the treatment of public transport, more especially the taxi industry, and according to you, from the passengers to the drivers.
So, I think I'll take this as a follow-up question from what I just answered now. Boarding school, Bauruta independence.
Oh yes.
But then the independence of boarding school, it is reciprocated in a way where kia showering, kia classing, kia study, kia dining hall. So when you grow up and you come out from that setup, it becomes difficult because when I know you're an older person, you need that independence must manifest in a way where you need to wake up, face millions of people in Gauteng, and then facing them, you need to make use of public transport. Yes. The space of public transport is not conducive when it comes to persons with disability. We get a lot of criticism. Another thing, when we access the taxi rank, I think a literate person or an understanding person, if umpona gets hurricane, automatically but I do not have to ask for a way. They need to automatically pave a way or but still we still find people I should say as so it's not conducive in South Africa when it comes to persons with disabilities. You still get into a taxi and then they are being told when I don't want to walk with you or drive with you because copy. How do you know guy? Beautiful as I am, and I'm still being asked that question because I need to take care of you. Others even gossip about you in front of you. So I'm just not sure is it a matter of ignorance or they cannot differentiate between blindness and being deaf.
No, they can. They can, just that I think it's a I think as ignorant to the extent we don't even care but between moto a deaf le moto a blind. I think we are just ignorant and it's very wrong as a child because I feel like as much as e direga go motho mongwe e ka direga le go wena o ka ba le ngwana o ka re ga family and so a re le batho re tshwanetse go ba le pelo e telele and e o direng I don't want to lie.
No, I'm glad, and it's through such platforms where we are able to change people's mindset when it comes to disability, because it's a working journey. It's nothing here where like it can just change over a day. Yeah.
Fear of having kids. Do you have kids? If not, how many kids do you want to have?
Okay, I do not have kids. I want 4 kids, but then maybe at my late 30s. I don't know why.
Okay.
31?
You got late 30s, you want 31, unless not late 40s.
Late 30s, late 38, 39, somewhere there.
Oh, late again, late 30s in Naki, but late 20s.
No.
Okay. So, how but uwetsa bare ba ka tshaba go ba le bana ka go bane uwetsa dingaka dire because of the genes tse di lego mo mmeleng wa gago di ka fetela ngwaneng ga ona yona nto ya gore go ka kgonagala gore ngwana gago a tle a le partially sighted a ona fear go ba a o nka o nagana ka go
not at all, because I grew up knowing what a child's the gift from God. So as much as I'm partially sighted, even if my child is partially sighted or totally blind, it would have been a gift from God. So no, I don't have that fear, to be precise.
That's nice. That's very nice. If you were to move more South Africa, what can we like?
UK.
Why?
I have read and I've seen how it is conducive for persons with disabilities.
Okay.
And also the assistive devices over there, they are very affordable compared to South Africa.
Okay. South Africa, but hey, are you an introvert or extrovert?
I'm extrovert. I would like to think I'm extrovert. Not too much. Too much.
Yeah. But in Gavago, we go to level lots of my go, you what's like whenever to come home with Gavana. If no feel an opportunity to change Billy Agamo South Africa, Molawakam South Africa, Molau Teo, Uka change inka.
Freedom of expression. I think freedom of expression has made us to be reluctant to an extent that we just say whatever we want to say, forgetting the next person or the person that whatever I'm saying is dedicated to. So we just allude whatever we want to allude, then not thinking for the next person to like the person who this information is going to. So I think freedom of expression has made us not to be sensitive and not to think for the next person.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think government of South Africa is doing enough to protect the rights of persons with disability?
To be quite honest, nothing has been done. Because to this far, we still fight for the rights of persons with disabilities. To this far, we still fight for inclusive education for children with disabilities. To this far, youth with disabilities are excluded when it comes to tender bidding, when it comes to sponsorship to their SMEs, when it comes to employment. So if if there's high rate of unemployed youth, this automatically means to persons with disabilities, or to be precise, to youth with disabilities, it's times 4, it's times 2. So the rights of persons with disabilities in South Africa are not well taken care of. Yeah.
Like employment, there are those companies that hires persons with disability just for let's say the 2% or 1.5%. I'm sure you're is it 2 or 6%. The companies hire disability. What can you say to them?
I would say to them, one, they need to consult experts in the field of disability. Because the moment you consult expert, it will create a conducive and a friendly and accessible environment for persons with disabilities. Let's not take persons with disabilities just to tick a box. So there are experts out there that are able to come and do disability equity training to the host employer. There are experts out there who can advise when it comes to reasonable accommodation. There are experts out there who are able to give out information that can assist you as a host employer to work better with a person with disabilities. So companies must just consult experts in the field of disability.
That's nice. Yeah. And then mo we ile go wa bereka gona le mo ibong gore o ile wa ba le di challenges if yes ne di lo jwang, and for the next person as ka be aya through those challenges ka ga mereko o ka re go di employer, because I know there are those companies ba ibong gore they hire people for the sake ya gore ba hire. It goes back to the 2%. Or treatment e gone go ba better e ka ba e jwang. So
I think it should start from me as a person with a disability who's employed in company X. If I don't voice out, how do I expect them to know my challenges? If I don't speak, surely they will assume that I'm okay. So it should start with me to voice out, to know my rights in the work context, and then to know my existence in that company. So previously I've worked in big organizations where I didn't have knowledge also about the importance of reasonable accommodation and DET and stuff like that. So I would go there and work as a person with a disability. It got very bad to an extent that I would be compared to other person with different impact that I'm having. So I think that was lack of knowledge from me and also from fellow employers, and in fact, let me just say, also from the host employer as it is. So had I knew my rights, had I knew my worth in that company, I think some of the challenges that I went through, I wouldn't have.
And if ukopana lo motho, and then a person wants to help you modeling, and they just drag you in jebare, how do you feel? How approach it? Is it okay or moto a go tshware a no go tshedisha roboto, like as batho re tshwantse approach a jwang batho ba e bong gore
so here's the thing. Sometimes people do it out of love without knowing, or them pushing someone in a wheelchair without asking if they can assist might cause some harms. So I think good communication. If someone wants to help me to cross the road and I'm not yet ready to cross the road, it's good to speak to Papa or me, or no, I'm still waiting for something, or I'm not going towards that direction that you are helping me to cross, I'm going towards the other direction. And still it goes back to the community. To ask, it's very important than just doing. As much as you might be doing out of love, out of concern, but it's better you ask and you communicate with the person. Or can I assist you? Yeah.
Okay, last question. Over there, ibong gore motho o re I ga nka te college dileng because ga bone ka re ga relationship ka se ke tshwenya ke motho. E dula jwang ntho gore motho a re yalo?
Ge are
if nka college dileng ka re ga bone ka re ga relationship nka se ke tshwenya ke motho o ka se go ba le motho a tlo go nchithela o dilo tsa motho ba a bona disability ya gago before lerato.
I would like to believe that I like the line that you just said. See my ability first before my disability. Because at the end of the day, as much as I'm disabled, I'm able to do some of the things. And don't get into a relationship with that mindset. Yeah, worry. If I hold it at delay because I will be settled. You understand? You might find that my wrongdoing might surpasses your wrongdoing as an able person, or what you think you can do in a relationship, I can do 10 times. For instance, if you think you can cheat on me in a relationship, I can cheat 10 times better than you, with better people, beautiful people than you. So let people get in a relationship for love, not for the sake of I might not, I might. You understand? So let's for a relationship to work, to be free, to be okay in both sides. Let's respect, let's love one another, and let's be very transparent. Transparent, it also caters and accommodate a person who cannot see. Be transparent to him, because at the end of the day, you're in a relationship, both of you.
Dylan, thank you so much for the opportunity. Finally, something able give me city, able I didn't ask you.
People should know how persons with disabilities exist, and disability can happen to anyone at any stage at any time.
True.
So let's treat each other with respect and equal, and just love one another. Because at the end of the day, a person with and without disability, they all have blood. They all breathing the same air. When they are thirsty, all of them drink water. There is no way I worry, because I'm a person with a disability. When I'm thirsty, we all drink water to quench our thirst. So we are the same. Thank you.
Hey. In episode deeply. Ke a leboga nako ya lena go polang le ska le bala go like le ska le bala go subscribe e nngwe e tlo latela tšatši le lengwe. Thank you.